Most e-com brands check their Klaviyo dashboard and assume email marketing is working fine. Specifically big 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands. Sales are coming in, emails are going out, and everything seems to be working. Things look fine on the surface, but that's like assuming someone is healthy just because they're not dead yet. Have you ever seen My 600 Pound Life, the TV show about the obese guys? These folks, they swear they are okay, even though they can't walk up a flight of stairs without wheezing. They keep eating the same way they've always have. The scale keeps going up, but hey, they are still here, so everything must be fine, right? But it never isn't. If you watch the show, you know how things go. So most brands, they don't realize they're running an email marketing strategy with type 10 diabetes. Sales are coming in, sure, but their Klaviyo organs are barely functional. And with a new diet, a new exercise plan, a new approach, they could literally double or triple their email sales. And the worst part of all of this, your competitors know this. That's why they hope you never watch this video, because the moment you do, you'll know exactly how much money you're leaving on the table and how to take it back. So today, I'll go live inside an 8-figure Klaviyo account that is currently leaving $310,000 per month on the table in email revenue and create a 3-month plan to take it back. What you're about to see is not based on best practices or theories or regurgitated ChatGPT nonsense, but instead, this is based on tactics and strategies that we are using right now with our clients to double, sometimes even triple their email sales. So by the end of the video, you will have a plan that you can literally copy paste into your Klaviyo account to double and triple your email sales. Now, for those of you new to the channel, I'm Matt Perilli, founder and principal at Email Engineers. My agency where we help the most ambitious e-commerce brands scale their email marketing sales with strategies and tactics that we've developed over 5 years. These are the results of thousands of A/B tests and experiments. And as you will see, most of them go against the best practices, the same best practices that every other email marketing course and guru tells you, but gets you average results at best, simply because everyone else is doing them too. But instead, using these strategies, we've been able to double, sometimes triple email sales, even after internal teams couldn't do it, or even after other agencies couldn't take email sales out of a plateau. So without further ado, let me hop into this Klaviyo account and start creating a 3-month plan based on my findings, so then you can copy it and take it home later. So first thing first, here's why this brand is literally leaving $310,000 per month on the table. Okay, so here we have their Klaviyo account. This is the performance in the last 30 days. These are their total sales, and this is revenue coming through Klaviyo. So on the surface, things look fine. Email revenue is accounting for 32% of the total, so it's not bad at all. But there's a section in Klaviyo which I just love because it's ruthless, and it's hidden right here in analytics and then benchmarks. If you click that, go into campaigns, we'll go to flows in a moment, you can see how you are comparing against the median, other peers in the same industry as you and about the same size as you. So you can literally know how others are performing. So not just others, but your competitors. In this case, we can see plenty of metrics, but we are interested in performance metrics, more specifically conversion rate and revenue per recipient. Because open rates, yeah, they kind of matter, and click rates also kind of matter, but if we have bottom of funnel metrics, we'd rather use those. So we have conversion rate when we can see our competitors' conversion rate. So based on this, things are looking good. I mean, Klaviyo is literally telling you're good, you're doing fine. But what Klaviyo is literally saying you here, if you read between the lines, is you're not doing excellent in terms of conversion rate. You're doing good, but do we want to stay average, specifically in competitive industries? I will say not. So here's why. If we click this seemingly inoffensive toggle right here, we can see how the best, in this case the top 25%, that is the 75 percentile, we can see how the best are performing. And if we look at that number, we can literally see that there are Klaviyo accounts that are generating twice more sales than average. And mind you, this is the top 25%. There's people at the top 10% who do even better, and top 1% who do even better than that. But let's take, just for example's sake, the top 25% of accounts. They're performing twice better than the average. So if we grab this data and then we put it into a spreadsheet, we have our campaign conversion rate, we have the top 25 of Klaviyo accounts conversion rates. We know that these guys, these top 25% of accounts, are doing 169% better than we are. And if we come here, we grab our actual current campaign sales in the last 30 days, $348,000. And then we multiply that by our ideal campaign sales after we improve conversion rates. We know we could be generating $590,000 per month. So that is literally an extra $241,000 that could be ours if we improve our conversion rates. And mind you, this is just in campaigns. So let's look at flows now. We go to the flows section, and now things here are ugly. Yeah, they are not doing fine at all. So yeah, Klaviyo is literally telling them, you are garbage, do better, because we want you to keep paying us forever. So let's grab this data and calculate the difference. Literally 5 times better than that these guys, the top 25%, are doing. 5 times more sales coming to flows compared to this account. It's crazy. Then again, we grab current flow sales, we multiply them by this new optimal. Then this is crazy. So it's literally an extra $422,000 per month that this brand could be generated if they improve the conversion rates inside their flows. It's crazy. So adding up all together, $664,000 extra per month this brand could be generating if they improve their email conversion rate to the top 25, not even to the top 10% or 1%, to the top 25%. So imagine what this brand could do every single month with an extra $600,000. They could be launching new products every single month, even every single week, with this extra revenue, buying more inventory, buying more ads, literally dominating the market with this extra money every single month. But here's what, in the beginning, I told you that this brand could generate an extra $310,000 per month and not $664,000 per month. I'm being generous, so to speak, with their flows conversion rate. And instead of grabbing their current trash conversion rates, which could be honestly simply because they paid an agency to set up their flows, and this agency did what most email marketing agencies do, and they just grabbed a template of 15 different flows and just copy paste it over this Klaviyo account, change the logo, change some colors, and then use ChatGPT to tweak the copy a little bit and call it a day. That could be the case. So instead of grabbing these numbers, which is, mind you, the real number, so instead let's grab the average, the conversion rates of an average competitor in flows. That will be 1.33, and then we get to this number, which is fair, right? But still, what would they do with an extra $310,000 per month? And now, let's make this happen. Let's create a 3-month plan to make this a reality. And here's why I'm so confident that they can make it happen with the right strategy, that they can scale to the top 25% of Klaviyo accounts and add an extra $310,000 per month. And it's because with our strategies, the same strategies that I'm about to show you in a second, we are able to scale our clients' performance metrics, such as conversion rate, to the top 1% of Klaviyo accounts. For example, in this case, we managed to scale conversion rates. They are in the top 10%. In this particular case, if we look at conversion rates, our conversion rate is 6 times higher than the average. So it is possible with the right strategies and the right tactics. And it's not just one time that we've done it. The process that I'm about to show you literally let us scale to this place and have our client conversion rates in campaigns, in flows, convert sometimes 10 times better than the average. And I haven't shared many of these strategies with the public, but it's going to be a first for many of them. So let's go right into it. So the first problem that this brand has is that they are sending these types of emails. Now, this is not the actual brand, it's not AG1, but it's very similar. It's another supplement brand, but their emails essentially look like this. And if we read this for a second, premium health, affordable price, it costs less than 3 days a day for whole body health support. Daily cost comparison, $3 for multi-daily supplements, $4 for a cup of coffee, $14 for eating out, $4 for an energy drink, all the essentials, one low price. AG1 offers comprehensive health support for less than the cost of your daily coffee. Our blend of 75 ingredients provides vitamins, minerals, and probiotics, replacing the need for multiple supplements. Vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, no GMO, no sugar added, no artificial sweeteners. Saving my daily health. Okay, can you spot the problem as a marketer with this email? The way I say it is, it's not saying much, it's just making claims. This is what I call a pillow email, simply because they don't have much punching power. They don't hit hard at all. You see, every single person, every one of us has this barrier, this wall that must be taken down before we can make a purchase, right? And convince the brain to buy a product. But these types of emails, which are full of claims, do not say much. They don't have enough power to take down these walls. This is the first problem this brand has. We'll get to the solution in a second. But I just want to let you know, this isn't a good email. I'll show you proper emails in a second. The emails that we send on behalf of our clients, so they have up to 10 times higher conversion rates. But this is not one of them. The second problem that's hurting conversion rates, and now this is in flows, is something that this brand also has. This is another supplement brand I'm subscribed to. And it's this. This is a cart abandonment email. Forgetting something, your cart, finish my order, and then some trust badges, right? Not saying much at all. That's the first email, okay? Let's give them a pass for now. But then what about the second email? Right here, it's a text-based emails, but if we read it, it says, hey, looks like you had an order lined up with us, but it didn't end up coming through. We saved your order for you just in case. Complete my order. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Cheers, Brevin. So, can you see this email is essentially conveying the same exact ideas as this one email? It doesn't add much. It is literally not adding anything else to move the sales forward. Yeah, some might argue it might have the benefit of being a text-based email, which I personally love. So besides the potential of having a higher open rate because it's a text-based email, there's nothing fundamentally different in these two emails at all. And these two emails, this is a cart abandonment sequence or a checkout abandonment sequence. These are sent to the hardest audience of them all, those who literally abandoned a cart. So the buying intention here is super high, yet this brand, they're not moving the sales forward at all with these emails. This email strategy flows to what I call eco emails. And I bet that the third email that they're going to send me is going to be a discount email. It's going to be a 10% code. And again, it's not moving the sales forward much. If I don't want to buy this product, then a 10% discount is not going to convince me to buy it. I need conviction, not discounts, to make up my mind and buy this product. So instead, let me show you a proper cart abandonment email. This is one we created for another supplement brand, for Sigmatic, many years ago as a demonstration. And I want you to be aware as a marketer of the little tricks that we are using to increase conversion rate and average order value up. It says, A, name, Tiro here, founder of Forsigmatic. I'd like to share with you an email I received a while back. By the way, this brand, Forsigmatic, they sell coffee with adaptogens, which are like the mushrooms, not the funny mushroom, but the natural mushroom that make you feel better, have more focus, reduce anxiety, all of that. So like lion's mane, reishi, and others. Anyway, I'd like to share with you an email I received a while back. Tiro, no offense, but why will someone buy coffee from you for $20 when they could get it from Walmart for like $5? I figured you might wonder why too. Am I right? I get it. Let me explain. This is a kind of Folgers medium roast for $4.92 from Walmart. From it, you can expect stimulation, potentially an upset stomach, jitters, there's a fine line, anxiety, has you thinking at the speed of a twin turbine engine, a crash about 4 hours after you drink it, a familiar taste, or think cold brew ground coffee with lion's mane and chaga mushroom, that's the other mushroom, costs $20. From it, you can expect stimulation, no upset stomach, zero jitters, absolutely no anxiety, no crash, a better taste. So yes, I suppose you could say it costs more. But what's a morning kickstart without any upset stomach, jitters, or crash worth to you? I'd say that's worth plenty. There's a difference between cost and value. Our customers know the difference, but don't take my word for it. Take it from our 45,000 5-star reviews. Here are a few notable ones. Then we include testimonials from people they most likely know. And by the way, I know I was talking about our Think product line here, but the same exact love and attention to detail is applied to every single product we sell. We aren't some giant behemoth that's forcing people to pick coffee beans for $2 an hour from a third world country. You can taste the difference, and I love to prove it to you with our money back guarantee. If you don't absolutely love anything we sell, you'll get that money right back. Just click this link right here to finish checking out. Tiro, founder of Forsigmatic. So compare this to this. Again, as a marketer, if you had to bet, where would you put your chips on? Which email? And if this is the first time you're seeing an email like this, welcome the world of conviction building emails. This email right here, some might say, but this is too long. I prefer them shorter. First of all, that's suspicious. But second, someone who's in the market for this product, they experienced this type of pain. They get jitters, anxiety from coffee, and they are literally shopping for other options. And then they get this email that literally resonates with them, with the problems they're going through. They are going to read through this entirely and make up their minds. So again, which variation you think will win? Eco emails that literally say the same thing over and over and don't add much to the sell, or something like this one to the right. Now, I know the answer because I showed you already. Our emails are performing sometimes 10 times better than the average. And what is the average doing? They are sending emails like this. So instead, now let's not be average, and let me show you the conviction building strategy that I mentioned. So conviction building, this is a strategy that I was basically forced to develop about 4 years ago. I was running my own e-commerce store back then, and out of the blue, Meta, or Facebook back then, decided to ban my advertising account and my personal account and literally anything that I touch and try to create a new account with. They banned me forever. So I couldn't rely on ads to keep the store afloat. So I had to find solutions, and someone told me to try email marketing. I was doing nothing of it at all. So I started doing email marketing. I had to make it work. So I took the courses, read every single blog post there was, watched the videos, and I started doing okay. I started generating some revenue. But for an entire month or so, that was my only source of profit. I was not adding new customers. I was just reaching out to my past customers. So I had to make it work, not just average, but above average. So what I did, I started testing plenty of new approach. Sent tons of different campaigns because I just had the time. I wasn't creating any new ads, so I had plenty of time. And then I started seeing, okay, some campaigns got tons of sales, some got nothing at all. So what is it that the top performers have in common? And so I started analyzing that. I broke them down, I had all the data in a spreadsheet, and then I started analyzing campaign by campaign. What do these best campaigns have in common? And I got to the conclusion that the best campaigns leverage two powerful forces, and every single one of these best campaigns did it. They did these two things. They built trust, and they also built desire. They got people to want to buy the product, and they injected enough trust to remove any doubt from the buying process. So then I realized every single one of us has this mental barrier, this wall that if we cross it, we get persuaded to buy. So to get this sale and to cross this barrier, we have to simply stack enough trust and enough desire, more trust, more desire, until we cross this threshold. This is what I call the conviction threshold. And this is the minimum level of persuasion every one of us has, that we as marketers have to cross if we want to get this sale. So the beauty of this approach is that this simplifies everything. Because if we can ensure that our emails create trust and create desire, we'll eventually get this sale. This email right here is an example of a conviction building emails. But this is honestly just scratching the surface. Let me show you another one. This is an email we created for one of our clients. This is a skincare brand. And I'm confident you haven't seen a bigger one. We're still talking about emails right now. So this is about 1,000 words long. This is an essay on the eyes of most people. But for the right audience, for someone in this market, as you will see in a second, they're just eating this. This hits so deep, it's so emotional, that someone in this market is just reading through the entire thing, just from the first sentence. It hooks them and they can't stop reading. So let me show you. So let's read it. This is a welcome email, by the way. Hey, Blair here from the InBlair team. Just wanted to reach out and let you know to keep an eye on your inbox. I'm going to be personally sending you some awesome emails throughout the weeks that contain helpful skincare tips, stories, and special discounts. So keep a lookout for any messages from me. Here's a quick introduction to me and how InBlair changed my life. It all started about 14 months ago. At that time, I've had fine lines and wrinkles on my face for quite a while. At 63 years young, it's expected. It was nothing out of the ordinary. That was until one morning when I woke up, got out of bed, looked at myself in the mirror, and, well, it almost seemed like the lines of my face grew deeper overnight. I'm not sure why, but the wrinkles stood out to me more than usual. Am I getting this old? I thought to myself. I'm not that old yet, but that morning the lines around my eyes, mouth, and on my forehead told a different story. And as time went on, it just got worse. Believe it or not, I tried to hide it from the world, avoiding pictures, avoiding any events or gatherings with friends. I felt way older than I really was. I know, that's a bit extreme. It's just wrinkles. Yes, that's true, but I couldn't help it. I don't see anything wrong with trying to look your best for as long as you can. That's exactly what I decided to do. If there was a way to iron out these wrinkles, look younger, and get my confidence back, I was going to find it. So I started searching. Was it easy? Definitely not. I spent the next month experimenting with anything I could find. Face oils, masks, retinoids, acids, and everything in between. Some made small differences, and others didn't help at all. Some even seemed to damage my skin more than they helped. Putting oils and serums to the side, I decided to look for bigger and more putting oils and serums to the side, I decided to look for bigger and more impactful options. Surgeries and facial treatments, no thanks. These had potential risks I was not comfortable with. Not to mention the big price tag. Not for me. I wanted something natural I could do at home. It wasn't long before I ran out of ideas. Then, one rainy Tuesday afternoon, I ran into an old friend at the grocery store. What blew me away? She's the same age as me, but looked years younger. Even younger than when I last saw her. Looking at her face, it was smooth, no crow's feet, no wrinkles, and no lines across her face. She almost had a youthful glow to her. I couldn't resist asking, "What's your secret?" She looked at me, glanced around, leaned in, and whispered, "Search Rejuvenate Face Serum from Imbler on Google." Ha, I thought, no thanks, not another serum. At night, as I was lying in bed, I told my husband whom I had run into. Telling him about how young she looked prompted us to look at her Facebook pictures, and it was clear she was literally aging backward. Her most recent photos showed her skin looking younger, clearer, and smoother than it did before. I was honestly in disbelief. I stood up, walked into the bathroom, and looked at my own skin. The difference was huge. With the feeling of frustration pushing up my body, I caved and went into Imbler's website. I had to find out why the specific serum is so different than everything I've tried. Then I read about this. The Rejuvenate Face Serum uses a unique multi-weight formula. What? Simply put, it uses ingredients of different sizes or weights. This helps the serum get deep into your skin, reaching areas most other skincare products can't. It's almost like it hydrates your skin from the inside out, tackling aging at its source. That, combined with the fact that in a study of 30 women who used Imbler serum for 150 days, 100% said their skin looked younger, 95% noticed fewer wrinkles and fine lines, and another 95% observed their dark spots appeared brighter and more even out. That pushed me over the edge. I ordered 3 bottles of their serum. If I was going to try it, I was going to go all the way. A few days later, I had a knock at my front door, and sure enough, there it was. I took the package, cut it open, and pulled out the bottles of face serum. I immediately went to the bathroom and massaged some drops into my face. It felt smooth on my skin, almost luxurious, and it absorbed almost instantly, which was surprising. Up to this point, most serums I tried barely absorb at all and left my skin feeling sticky, but not this one. I kept applying it every morning and night for the next few weeks. With time, I could see my wrinkles starting to look lighter, fine lines reducing, and almost every week I saw a younger version of myself staring at me in the mirror. When did I really know it was working? When people started giving me compliments. My husband, kids, family, and friends will all comment on how good my skin was looking. This took my confidence to a whole new level. I finally felt as young as I really was. What are you using for your skin? They will ask. Of course, I will send them to Imbler. In fact, I was so surprised at how effective the serum was that I reached out to the Imbler team. What ended up happening? I became a part of their team to help spread this serum to more women around the world. Now we help over 4,000 women around the world look and feel younger. Amazing, isn't it? Try the Rejuvenate Face Serum for yourself. You'll love the difference it makes. Blair, the Imbler team, and a simple shop now button. Okay, so as a marketer, I'm confident you were able to spot some of the tricks we're using to increase average order value along the way and other tactics that we are using in this email. But again, really long email, but someone in this audience, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna relate to it. You know, all of this anti-aging industry is super emotional. It's something that hits really, really hard. And maybe I did, at least. I felt some of that as I was reading through it. So this is an example of a proper conviction building email with a high conversion rate. This email right here, it's building trust and it's building desire. So that is the first thing I will do with this Klaviyo account to increase their email sales by increasing their conversion rates. Second, this email right here as a welcome email does something beautifully. And you know how the typical welcome email looks something like this. This is really good emails.com, and you can see tons of examples for e-commerce brands and what they're doing. But this is not the typical welcome email looks like. If start is an alternative to traditional air care, blah, 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 get started, use your discount code, and that's it. Now, I wouldn't recommend you use this website. Why? Because if you copy what every other brand is doing, you will get average results at best. Because all of them are following the same advice that's been regurgitated for years and years and years. So again, another typical email. You have your testimonial, shop now, your discount code, and they all look the same. Compare that, the example that I just read, this one right here. This email is also doing something very differently. Now, you see someone in the market for an anti-aging serum. They're not just going to consider our client's brand. They are most likely, and this is because of Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, when you are in the market for a product, Meta knows. They literally know us better than we know ourselves. So they are going to show ads to someone in the market for an anti-aging serum, ads from different brands, for 5, 6 different brands. As they are scrolling, they're gonna see different options. So who's gonna get the sale? Brands who send the typical email, or the brand who does this and connects at an emotional level with a new subscriber? Who do you think, again, as a marketer, who's most likely to get the sale? I will bet every single day of the week towards this. So this right here, it's another strategy that we use with our clients, and it's called trust acceleration. And the goal is very simple. Gain a new subscriber's trust as fast as humanly possible, because if we don't, someone else will, and they will get the sale. So this simply means paying special attention to the first emails in the sequences that someone is most likely to receive from us. So that is the welcome sequence if they join from a pop-up, or a checkout abandonment sequence if they join through checkout abandonment. Have these first emails, have them inject as much trust and as much desire as humanly possible, so we are the ones that get the sale. So yes, sometimes, especially in competitive industries like skincare, this means having emails like this. This is going to build a massive amount of trust and desire, and it's going to do it fast. That is what we want. This is also going to shorten the buying cycle, because rather than having this person agonizing over 5 different options and considering this one, creating a whole spreadsheet and all of that, they're just gonna buy from this brand, sight unseen, simply because at an emotional level, they like this brand most. And they trust this brand more, and they simply want to buy from this brand the most. This is trust acceleration. You can do this, again, your welcome flow and your checkout abandonment flows. So compare an email like this to an email like this, which again is the typical checkout abandonment email someone sends. Compare this. Again, this is also doing some trust acceleration. It's a day and night difference between these two. This is the second strategy to improve our conversion rates and get closer to this extra $310,000 per month that they're missing. This next strategy, and I love this one. We've been doing this one for close to 3 years with our clients. And when I reveal it in just a few seconds, it's gonna sound so obvious. And when I reveal it in just a few seconds, it's gonna sound so obvious to you that you're not gonna believe how you didn't thought about doing it before. And it's normal. Just about 1 out of every 10 Klaviyo accounts that I audit, tops, are doing it. And by using it, we routinely double, sometimes triple the conversion rates in flows like this one. And the strategy is called MVP flows. And it simply means grabbing your top 1 or 3 best sellers, the one that contribute over 60% of your total sales, and creating flows tailored to these products. For example, let's say you have a best-selling supplement, right? And it accounts for 50% of your sales. What we will do with our clients is we will create a welcome sequence, a cart abandonment sequence, a browse abandonment sequence tailored to this one supplement. So instead of, for example, saying, hey, you forgot about the products in your cart, and it's a typical email, such as this one, we will create a series of emails whose only goal is getting people to buy this product. So it's you abandon this product in your cart, and then we can create a whole sales argument moving people closer to buying. Because I already showed you how that other type of emails do not move the sales forward at all. Instead, here we can get 10 times more persuasive because we know exactly what customers are buying and we know the reason. And so we can create emails that appeal to those reasons, to those motivations, or even to some fears that people might have before buying the products, some questions that they might have, and so on. So because of this, because these emails are way more compelling, they can again convert 2-3 times higher than the average. And this adds up really quick, again, because we will only do this for those products who are worthwhile, to those who contribute 50-60% of the total sales. And this specifically makes sense for bigger 7, 8, and 9-figure brands. So this is MVP flows. If you use Klaviyo, it's very easy to do the technical setup. So you can send these emails specifically for someone who was browsing, abandoned cart, or viewing the product page of this one bestseller only. You can also do this besides products for categories. Depends on your brands. We've done both. If you're a clothing brand and no single t-shirt accounts for more than 50% of your sales, but instead is the t-shirt category as a whole that accounts for over 50% of your sales, you can do the same and see if they were browsing the abandoned checkout with a t-shirt in their cart, then you will trigger these different sequences. And remember this checkout abandonment email example that I show you? This is a perfect example with a few tweaks of a MVP checkout abandonment email. So in this case, it was more generic about the whole brand. We were selling the whole brand, mentioning some benefits that are general to the whole brand, but we could create one email and it will look very similar to this. That is entirely based on this one product. And again, what we will do most likely with an 80% certainty, this will be a text-based email. But in that sequence, we will also include designed emails because also don't write, they also have their appeal. They hit some people differently, so we will also want to do that. So that is the third strategy. Okay, next, do you remember how their conversion rate in Flow was abysmally low? We ended up going with the average here rather than their true conversion rate, which was 0.4 something, I believe. So another way to improve conversion rates in flows is not just improving the welcome sequence, cart abandonment sequence, and basically pre-purchase sequence, but also post-purchase sequences. So this means the moment someone buys from you, they are at the moment of big excitement and their brains are looking for reasons to justify that purchase. It's looking for reasons to say, okay, I just literally spent my money with them. There's no going back. I rather find ways to justify to myself, to other people, that I didn't make a stupid decision because I am not stupid. So one strategy that works really, really well after someone buys from you is sending a sequence to new buyers where the goal is to hype them up. And it's not the typical, hey, thank you so much for purchasing, welcome to the family, right? That helps, that's better than nothing, yes, but it goes beyond that. So in the same way that I show you this whole story, in this case it was a welcome email, but it was a whole story of how the brand came to be from the perspective of a customer. And again, this got people excited to buy, but this will also get someone excited to use the product. And when they use the product, they reap the benefits. And if they do reap the benefits, they're going to tell their friends, they're going to rap about it. It's going to be free publicity for your brand, free customers for your brand. So the sale is not done when someone pays for the product. The sale is done when someone buys the product. It's a small difference, yet it is a world of difference. The minute they are really sold on the product, on using the product, on why it's better, why it's gonna make their life so much better, and they can't wait to hear the knock on the door and receive the box, open the box, have the product, and start reaping the benefits, whatever it is. It's especially critical for products like this one. This was a skincare anti-aging face serum, yes, but also for more ordinary products. We can always find ways to create excitement and get customers sold on the product, get them to buy the product, not just pay for the product. Huge difference. And this is something that you can do again in Klaviyo. You can segment your flows so new buyers receive one sequence, repeat buyers receive another sequence. And the sequence of emails that you send to new buyers should get them sold. Now, some brands, they try and have their first email become a upsell, cross-sell, time-limited discount for some hours, and that yes can help you squeeze some extra cents per order. And this is especially true if you're in a competitive industry and you expect to make most of your lifetime value over a long time horizon. Let's say you're selling supplements or skincare. You want to retain those customers for as long as possible. It will be, the way I say it in marketing scene, getting them to try and buy another product when we can instead get them sold on that product that they already bought and to use it forever. Because if we go with this path, we end up with flaky customers who are going to buy from the next brand who comes up with the better offer, the better discount. Why? Because they are still not sold on your product yet. They pay for the product. That doesn't mean they are sold yet. And then this is, again, a side note. This is most evident for supplement brands, but this also applies to any type of product. And it's the placebo effect. The placebo effect has been shown to be as powerful as the actual drug in some studies. So think about it. There has been studies where they told people you are going to be receiving this amazing new drug that is going to give you 20 pounds of muscle in 5 days. Some group received that, the other received the actual drug. Both of them received the same result because they believed in it. This is why this is so important. I'm not saying you're selling bogus supplements, bogus product, or relying only on the placebo effect. No, but if we can influence the results our customers are going to get from our products, I think it is our duty to do so. We should influence that. So this is a quick side note, but again, it applies to any type of brand. If we were selling mattresses, we will still sell them on the idea that they're going to have the best nights of their lives, and it's because of this and this. And then we can tell a story of how someone was suffering from back pain for 20 years, then they tried our mattresses, and then they finally can sleep at night. Whatever, there are plenty of ways to do this. But the point is, the sale isn't done when they pay for the product. The sale is done when they buy the product. And then you can have another sequences for repeat buyers or return buyers. And then, yes, you can sell them other products and even ask them for favors like start sharing their pictures on social media and all of that beauty. But the way you will do this, in any case, will be the same conviction building strategy. What you will do here, because conviction is the sum of trust plus desire, these guys already trust you. So what you will do, the most part, is 80% going to be desire building. Unless you're trying to sell a completely new line of product whatsoever, they already trust you. They trust your brand, and that is a big step at least. So you will still need to do the heavy lifting. So you will still need to inject desire to get them to buy whatever other product you want them to buy. Then another way to increase purchase conversion rates, and this is not entirely related to email sales, yet it is. And this is with review request emails. Now we've managed to increase reviews collected by 400% by simply adding more emails to this sequence. So instead of one email, 3 emails, but you will have to vary the ask. So it's not, hey, leave us a review. Hey, leave us a review. As usual, you have to appeal to different motivations. So in one email, you can appeal to a selfish motivation. I'm sure you look amazing in that t-shirt. Why don't you share a picture with everybody? You can appeal to a selfless motivation. Hey, want to make someone else make a better decision? Share a review. And then there are plenty of other appeals to appeal to the bandwagon effect. Hey, others are leaving review. Why Are you not? An incentive, hey, here's 10% off your next order if you leave a review. Or then the commitment principle, your purchase isn't over until you leave a review. Plenty of ways. So that's going to increase review requests. And how is that related to conversion rates? Well, because it has been proven that the more reviews that you have, the more people trust buying from you. So this is an indirect way to increase conversion rates, but it just works. And it's also easy to do. You do it once and then it's done forever. And then on top of that, you can use those new reviews that you get in your emails. So it's like a continuous cycle. This works beautifully. Another sequence that this brand is missing is a birthday flow. And in this sequence, what we will do is we will send one email about 2 weeks before, where it's, hey, your birthday is coming, treat yourself. Then on the same day of the birthday, we will send another email. And finally, 5 days later, if they still haven't used that discount, we will send another email or 2. So it's a super straightforward way to get more sales. And the reason why this works is because it has a reason why. It is not just giving them a discount because, hey, here's 10% off. Hey, this is a flash offer. No, it's you are getting this discount because it is your birthday. So it makes it more believable. The problem with flash offers, and specifically overusing flash offers, is that they are meaningless. They are just there. And customers think, okay, if I receive this today, maybe I might receive another offer tomorrow, because there was no reason why behind this. So that is also another thing to consider in your sales. So in this specific case, these emails work so well because they have a reason why. And these also have a urgency attached to them. So customers naturally understand that, okay, this is a time-bound offer limited to my birthday only. So it's urgency and a reason why. This will add, in my experience, 3 to 5% of extra sales. So putting all of this together, we can increase a huge increase in conversion rates. And most importantly, in repeat sales. Again, because the most important thing you have to remember here is about getting your new customers sold on the product. Next, and it's on the same subject of flows. This brand, if you recall, was selling over $1 million per month. And as you can imagine, they are bringing tens of thousands of customers daily to their website. And what happens with most of them is that they just visit the website. Most of them don't give us their email addresses through a pop-up. So 5%, 10% do, but the other 90% is just lost. And the only way to reach them again is through retargeting ads, right? So there's one service that we use with our clients in the 8 to 9 figure range that let us reach these otherwise lost customers, reach them via email. There are a few of them. The one that we use is called retention.com. Now, I have to make a fair warning here. I've chatted with hundreds of CEOs, CMOs, and some are aware of this technology. And half of them have had negative experiences, half of them have had positive experiences. So it is tricky getting this technology to work right because you are reaching people who are not super aware of you. So you have to keep that in mind. Most of the brands, if not all of the brands that don't get these types of services to work, is because the emails that they send, they are assuming it's the typical welcome email to someone who purposely gave you their email address. But it's different. It's literally someone who went to your website, might not know much about you at all, and you are reaching them with that email out of the blue. So there's a big problem with this type of services when not done right, and it's that they can literally burn your reputation in a few days, burn your email reputation, your email infrastructure, and get your emails landing in spam if you don't do it right. So I will say learn more about this, because when done right, they can add an extra 20 to even 40% on top of flows, because they also let you reach people who are not cookied by Klaviyo. There's someone who viewed one of your products, but they were in a mobile. Meanwhile, their Klaviyo cookie or the pixel is on their desktop. So otherwise, you wouldn't have any way to track it. But because we are using this technology, we can know it's the same person. So again, be aware with this, but if you make it work, it is worth it. And it's specifically worth it for high 7 to 9 figure brands. Okay, next, and this one, it's kind of esoteric. It's super high level strategical, but it's something we have to do, specifically with large email lists, like in this case, the case of this brand, if we want to prevent from churning this email list. Because an email list like this, they have 772,000 profiles, out of which 400,000 are email able. They are active profiles. So this is literally worth its weight in gold. And we don't want to burn through this gold. We don't want to throw it away. So one of the quickest and most common ways to burn through an email list to the point that your subscribers end up simply ignoring your emails, not even not opening your emails, but just zoning out from them altogether, not even reading your subject lines, is by doing this thing. And I've audited hundreds of brands, and this is something too common. And honestly, it's something normal for it to happen. Here's what I mean. It is when someone sees that, for example, a type of campaign is working, so then they decide to do that over and over and over and over again. Let's say, for example, that someone sees that a debunking common myths type of email works really well, and then they start doing that every single week, every single month. And then they start doing it every single week, 2 times per week, for months and months and months. And customers get bored of it. Of course they do. So the strategies that we use to combat this, it's called yin and yanging. You know, like dark and light. And it's about creating contrast in your emails. So for example, some variables to alternate your weekly. You could be sending one day a designed email, the next day a text-based email, the next day a designed email, and so on. So this is email types. You can alternate between the emotional appeals. It is a positive appeal or a negative appeal. Hey, you're fat as fuck, you're gonna die. Hey, here's a father who lost weight and now their son respect them. Emotional emails versus more factual emails, appealing to different types of peoples in your list as well. Longer emails versus shorter emails, using humor versus more bottom-up serious emails. The big idea is that you have to alternate between these to create contrast, to keep things interesting, and have people opening your emails over and over every single day of the week, because they don't know what to expect, but they know that because your emails are so good, they're gonna get that dopamine hit, so they want to see what are you sending next. That is yin and yanging. Again, it's super high level, but this is how you can sustain email sales through a long period horizon and have them as high as they can be. Because yes, it's super easy to find, for example, a tactic type of email. Hey, send this type of email where you mention they have a mystery discount that they have to use at checkout, and then so they have to discover it, blah, blah, blah. Yes, those things work once. What are you gonna do the day after, the week after, the month after, when those things get bored, when those things get old really fast? This principle, yin and yanging, helps you keep email sales high for as long as possible. It's not a tactic, it's not a hack, it's a strategy. You have to commit to it, even though the pressure is to rely on these short-time tactics just to get a quick dopamine rush out of just one campaign that got high sale, which is the problem with this account that I'm auditing right now. I cannot show you the exact emails, but they are pretty much like this. Every single email they send essentially is the same. Next, another principle in line with this one. And it's also going to help us keep our subscribers engaged for as long as possible. So we pride ourselves here in Email Engineers, my agency, in helping our clients have engaged email lists forever, not just through 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Even from people who just purchase and they have nothing else to buy, they still keep reading and going through the emails that we send because they are so engaging. So this strategy is going to help you with that, and not only retain customers, but also acquire new ones. Because a benefit of this thing is that it also helps you prevent your emails being seen as straight up, blatant sales pitches, which we all know gets boring really fast. So this strategy is called the EBI. Let me show you an example. This is an email we created for a client that sells lighting supplies. They are a light retailer. So the idea behind this email is that they carry over 80,000 SKUs, 80,000 different products. So people can buy all of their lighting needs at this one retailer. They don't have to shop around. So that is an idea that we really want to drill into our customers' brains, right? But we cannot say over and over and over, hey, we have over 80,000 products to buy from, buy now. Hey, have you seen we have over 80,000 products to choose from? Hey, did you know we have over 80,000 SKUs? Shop now. So how do we do that? That is a question any good marketers ask themselves. How can we say the thing over and over and over without repeating ourselves? So this is an example we created for them. It says, enough lights to light up the moon. Imagine all the lights you need to light up the moon. You literally need thousands, right? Well, that's kind of like what we're doing here at Bayreuth Electric. With over 80,000 SKU, we got every bulb, fixture, and lighting component you could ever imagine. What does that mean for you? You never need to waste another second hunting down that perfect fixture for your next project. And so we continue, and then we also tackle a potential objection they may have. But the thing that matters the most is this, the hook, the first part of the email, this right here. So when they receive the email, they open it, and they read this, is in their mind they are curious and compelled to keep reading the entire email. This doesn't trigger the reader's guards up. Instead, they are curious. They want to learn more. And so when we get to this part, they are like, oh, yeah, this was nice. And so this is something that they remember later on. Okay, this brand, enough lights to light up the moon. Okay, they have all these SKUs. Okay, I'm going to buy from them whenever I need to buy some lights. So this principle is called EBI, the entertaining big idea. The emails that we send are not perceived as straight up pitches because they look like this. Enough lights to light up the moon. And another example, and I noticed the colors are off in the screen, same for the previous email, but assume it looks better. This is for a sauna retailer. So rather than saying, hey, buy a sauna, it's good for your health, which gets bored really fast. And we have already sent that type of email before, but we can't keep sending the same email over and over and over again if we want to keep our email list engaged. So instead, we chose to go with that entertaining big idea. And it's this, relax like Egyptian royalty. And it's a whole email theme around Egypt that talks about how they have their own rituals, and how the equivalent of a milk bath is a sauna because all of these benefits, and then they finally can take a quiz to find their ideal sauna. So it's an entertaining big idea. You know, someone wouldn't mind receiving this email because it's like triggering that dopamine in their brain anyway. It's something new, it's novelty. It's not the same thing over and over again, which gets boring really fast. So we as marketers can't underestimate how easy it is to lose a subscriber. This is honestly a fear we should have as marketers, of losing someone because our emails are simply boring. Because again, the email list is literally worth its weight in gold. And this is something this brand is not doing at the moment. All their emails are straight up pitches, so that explains why their conversion rates are just average, if you recall, because they're sending the typical emails that everyone else is sending. So they get average results. With emails like this, you stand out from the crowd, you keep your email list engaged, and most importantly, this is another factor. Have you ever went shopping for a car? And the guy selling you the car that day, this salesman is such a bad salesman that you simply tell yourself, I'm not buying from this guy, I'm buying from someone who's doing a better effort. I know this guy is getting a commission, and I don't think this person deserves it. So you simply head over to another place, find a better seller. It feels nice buying from a good salesman. I heard this actually a few weeks ago. My mom was shopping for a new car. She literally said something like this, except in Spanish, of course, but he literally was such a good salesman that he deserved the sale. That is the thing. We want to buy from a good salesman. The same way we want to buy art from a good painter or listen music from a good musician, because we as humans appreciate the art of selling, of composing music, of singing, of painting, of sculpting, of whatever it is. It's deep in our brain. So back to email marketing. Subscribers can perceive when the emails that a brand sends are low effort. They perceive it, they resent them at a subconscious level, of course, and they simply don't buy from them because they see they are not putting much effort into selling. Maybe if they are not putting that much effort into selling, their product is not good at all, because if it was, they will have all this conviction to sell to me. So this also combats this. And you might choose to not believe me, but I say trust the data. Don't trust what I say, but trust the results that we get. Okay, number 8. This is something this brand is also guilty of, and it's in a similar line as in the previous strategy. And it's that the emails, I wish I could show them to you, but they are easily perceived as straight up pitches. Again, I think actually I can show you a similar email. Remember the concept of pillow emails? It's pure claims. So the problem with this is that inside subscribers' minds, there's a fight going on. It's you against me. It's your claim versus what I think it is real. And so it is literally a fight going on right here. On one hand, it's, hey, trust me, this is real. On the other, it's, hey, I've been trained, my whole brain has been trained to keep believing the same ideas over and over as a protection mechanism. I don't want to trust new ideas. All is good. And then there's the other brand right here. So this is literally a fight going on with this type of emails. So what if there was a way to completely go underneath the brain defenses straight to the emotional part of the brain that is responsible for decision making and for getting someone to want to buy a product? So this is a type of email that does exactly that perfectly. What this does is this gets into the brain and it creates trust and desire without someone actually feeling they're being sold to. So by the time they end up reading the entire thing, they are sold. They trust the brand and they want to buy the product now. This is what this type of email does. And these are called story selling emails. Let me show you an example we created. This is for a brand that sells wigs, like this one. Before I read it, put yourself in the shoes of someone going through this. Put yourself in the shoes. Try to feel for a second like someone in this audience might feel like. Or the embarrassment that they feel, or the fear of going out that they feel. Try to feel that, okay? Because someone in this audience is actually feeling this. All right, subject line, tired of low quality hair extensions. Hey name, I've got a pretty awesome story to tell you. We received a message on our Innovative Weaves Instagram account this past weekend. It goes like this. Hey, my name's Kathleen. I'm all the way from Cleveland and I just wanted to share this with you. Recently, I've been trying out a bunch of different hair extension products to help me complete my look, but it's been hard to find the right fit for my curly hair. I bought some extensions from a pretty well-known company. I won't mention their name. It looked great in their ads. Like, it blended perfectly with the model's hair. I could barely see any skin wefts at all, so I placed an order with them. But when I received it, my experience wasn't really the same. I couldn't get it to blend perfectly, even though I sat in the front of the mirror for hours. I could clearly see the bands sticking out, even though they were meant to be invisible. Thinking it was just me looking into it too much, I wore it out to a family gathering anyway. Horrible idea. Throughout the entire night, I feel like every person at the gathering was staring at me. Not to mention, every 5 seconds or so, I would sneakily pop out my iPhone, swipe up the camera, put it in selfie mode, and take a good look at my hair to try and fix it. It wasn't fun. It really started the whole night for me. it sucks, trying to find good extensions. That night made me give up completely. I even emailed the company to return what I bought, but of course, they never replied. Feeling hopeless, I just went off with my life. Fast forward a few weeks later, I was sitting in my garden, sharing a bottle of rosé with one of my girlfriends, and I told her about this experience. As I was telling her the story, she started looking at me like I was crazy. She stopped me midway through a sentence, put down her drink, whipped out her iPhone, and sent me your Instagram account. You have to check these people out. They have the best hair extensions. Of course, I didn't even want to entertain that idea, but then she told me she was wearing some of your extension at that exact moment, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even tell she was wearing anything, and I was sitting face to face with her, like right in front of her, in the daylight, with the wind blowing her hair all over the place. I thought, what? There's no way. Her curly hair looked near perfect. She had to be lying. So that night, I started exploring your website, learning all about your Invisoroot technology and how it ensures our extensions blend perfectly with our own hair, right down to the roots. Maybe there's a chance, I thought. But after my previous experience, I was still a little bit scared, so I didn't buy anything from you just yet. It wasn't until a few days later when I revisited your website and read about your warranty that I decided to give your company a try. I say, last resort, what did I have to lose, And wow, I'm completely blown away. I haven't worn it to the public yet, but there are literally close to 0 visible lines, or we're looking transition. It blends so smoothly with my hair. Just look, it's flawless. Just wanted to say thank you for creating something so awesome for us. Fabulous. If you're facing the same frustration that Caitlin did trying to find the perfect extension, give our Invisoroot extensions a try. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. XOXO, marrying the innovative Weaves team. P.S. As usual, all our products come with a free 30-day guarantee. So you can try out any of our units risk-free. Wear them, wash them, whatever you need to, and if you don't like them, we'll send you a replacement at no extra cost. Try out Invisoroot extensions today without any risk. So again, this email, I'm confident. So this type of email, this is a story selling email because it's based on a story and its goal is selling. But what this does is this sneaks under someone's barriers, logical barriers, get them to the emotional part, and that is the part that's responsible for the buying decision. But at the end of it, they have absolutely no questions about the product at all. They just want to buy it. They're not thinking logically, they're thinking emotionally. And that is exactly what we want. If we get them into that condition, if we get them into that mind state, we erase any objection from their minds, because the only thing that they can think about is, need this. I want to buy this immediately. So this is the power of story selling emails. And this brand right here is doing none of that at all. And it's explained by their average conversion rates in campaigns, because their campaigns are, again, a mix of everything that I already showed you. The pillow emails that don't hit hard. It's just pure claims. They are repeating the same types of emails over and over and over again. They have no jing-janging. So it's a combination of problems that it's keeping them average when they have so much room to grow. Remember, this is a $3,000 per month opportunity by improving conversion rates. And this is something we use with all of our clients. In any industry, we find ways to do this. And it's simple because it's simply appealing to emotions. And in every market, there are emotions. So zooming out, this might look like too much, right? And it might feel like that. Honestly, it's okay if it's the first time hearing about this and you haven't done any of this at all. But again, remember, this is a $310,000 per month opportunity that is sitting right across the table, ready to take it home. And these are the exact strategies that we will use. As you can see, I didn't mention much about tactics, like hacks, like use this type of subject line, or send, again, this type of email where you mentioned there's a mystery discount. And I'm not a fan of those. We use them, yes, but only after taking care of the strategy. Tactics are just, hey, Here's how you can climb this ladder faster so you get to the top quicker. Strategy tells you, hey, your ladder has been lying against the wrong wall all this time, so you got to the top quicker, but you're at the wrong place now. This is why we start with strategy and then put tactics on top. And when combine it, we can get results like this for our clients. We get them to perform at the top 1% of Klaviyo accounts. We literally get them to make their competition irrelevant because they get so much revenue from email marketing that they can literally outspend everyone else. And this is what I want from you watching this video. So I recommend you watch this video again so you deeply internalize these principles and get them to work for you. Because trust me, this is possible. This is what we're doing here at Email Engineers with all of our clients. And if you made it here, I want to give you a few golden nuggets, because through this video, I only talked about one way to increase sales, and that is by improving conversion rates. But email revenue is composed of other two variables as well. One is number of recipients receiving one email, and the other is average order value, getting people to spend more money from your emails. You increase the number of recipients by optimizing your pop-ups. If you take a pop-up from a 2% conversion rate to a 5% conversion rate, you literally have twice more people going through your flows, receiving your campaigns. So this also multiplies by 2. But the other way is by increasing your average order value. If you increase your average order value from $50 to $75, a 50% increase, you've also increased email sales by 50%, which is a lot. So here's now some quick ways to increase your average order value in emails. First, 3 ways that we already mentioned: conviction building, trust acceleration, and story selling. Conviction building. Conviction building gets people feeling comfortable spending more money with you because they trust you and your brand more and they desire your products more. Trust acceleration works the same way. Gets people feeling more comfortable spending more money with you because they trust you more than any other competitor. And using story selling emails, you can also push higher average order value products. And because these are so emotional and resonate at a deep level, they will want to buy them anyway. But now, some new ways. One of those is called inception. Now, and I want to make this quick, but this goes to the idea of incepting an idea into someone's mind. So one way you can do this in designed email is, let's say this is a supplement brand. We will never feature in our emails a single bottle of the supplement alone. What we will do is we will feature 3 bottles of the supplement. This is something happening at the subconscious level. And this thing, we've proved it, gets people spending more money with you. They will feel comfortable when they get to the product page. They will unconsciously, rather than just adding 1 bottle, they will add 2 or 3. I'm not saying every single person will do it, but this adds up and this will have an effect. So you can do this inception in designed emails and text-based emails as well. For example, if in the story, in the part where they discover the product, we mentioned they purchased, and so they purchased 3 bottles of our product, right? Same thing, it's just a slight tweak in the copy, but again, it will incept this idea into the brain that they might need to buy more units, right? So this increases average order value. Another one is simply pushing people to higher average order value products, bundles. And when you combine it with this strategy, conviction building, trust acceleration, story selling emails, you can do this and get away with it because people will want to buy anyway. So rather than selling just the product, the single anti-aging face serum, you also sell the face cream and the hand cream and whatever it is, right? And because you've created so much trust, so much desire, they will buy it anyway. So consider these ideas whenever you're creating your next email campaigns to increase your average order value, because again, we just focus on increasing conversion rate to this video. And finally, here's a 3-month plan to put this into action. This is going to be prioritized, all right? The most important things that this brand has to do starting now will be apply the conviction building and trust acceleration strategy, Why? Because this works really well in flows with high intention, the welcome sequence, the checkout abandonment sequence. This brand is spending tens of thousands of dollars per day driving people into the website. They see the pop-up, they receive these sequences. So we have to optimize these sequences using this strategy: trust acceleration and conviction building. Improving the emails, make sure they create trust and desire. Then for that same reason, we will implement MVP flows. Get these high intention flows converting as high as possible, 3 to 4 times better than the average flow. This is for conversion rates. And for average order value, we can do the inception and push to higher average order value products right away. It doesn't really take much effort. Then the next month we will start Jing, and this is for flows, and then we will start Jing and Janging our campaigns because this is a longer time horizon activity. But we want to start as soon as possible because the engaged email list that we have in 3 months is the result of the things that we did. So these are the most important activities. This is the first month. In the second month, we will focus on the post-purchase flows for new buyers, getting them sold on the products, return buyers, cross-selling them other products, but making sure to inject a lot of desire, not assuming the sale is done anyway. Also improve our review request emails. And then what we will do is refine our strategy from day one. See how conviction building emails are working, how MVP flows are working, which A/B tests inside are performing the best. Because what we will do here, let's say we have a welcome flow, and there are, let's say, okay, so simplicity's sake, 3 emails. What we will do here for this type of brand, high 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure, rather than just having one email, 1, 2, and 3, we will go inside and create these accounts, at least 3 variations to find the highest performance and find the best performer out of all 3, because we don't know what's going to perform the best, but we know that based on previous tests, a winning email can get as much as 5 times more sales than a low performing email. So this is basically giving us house odds at winning, right? What we will do here in the second month is refine the strategy, see what worked, and see how we can implement more of that into other flows and also into campaigns. And on the third month, we will implement their birthday flow, retention.com, or a similar alternative, and then again keep refining. This is a month-to-month thing that we have to do forever. So this is the plan. Feel free to screenshot it now. There you have it, and apply it to your brand so you can start getting above average result, ranking the top 25% of accounts, 10% of accounts, ideally 1% of Klaviyo accounts. And one final thing, if they paid us, my team, email engineers, to do this for them, the most important thing that we will do is research. This is like the Abraham Lincoln quote, the ones that go something like, if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. The same goes here. We want to make our emails sharp. And the way we do that is by making sure they resonate with subscribers at a deep level. Making sure we can appeal to the deepest motivations, their wants, their fears and frustrations. See also what other competitors are claiming, what they are saying, because that also influences the whole perception in the market, specifically the top brands, what they are saying, and also importantly, what they are not saying. So we have this big list of 25 questions that we go through whenever we do market research to make sure our emails are sharp and they resonate, and most importantly, they sell. So here's the plan. I know it is a lot to process, so that is why I recommend you watch this video 1 more time, 2 more times, so you can really start applying this and reap the benefits. Now, if you want to see another video where I share 23 principles that we apply to one of our clients with the smallest email list, out of only 11,000 subscribers, we managed to generate $2.4 million in email revenue in 2024. The video is going to be linked somewhere now, or it's going to be in the description. But you also get to see other principles that I wouldn't use with this one brand that I'm auditing at the moment, but that we use with this other client who has the smallest list out of all of our clients, yet we still managed to generate $2.4 million in 2024. So the link is going to be somewhere in the description or right now popping up somewhere. I'm Matt Pirelli, founder and principal at Email Engineers. Talk soon.